caught me a beauty. I did my biography project on Steve Irwin, otherwise known as the Crocodile Hunter. Stephen Robert Irwin was born on February 22nd, 1962 in Upper Ferntree Gully, Victoria. That's in Australia. His parents moved their family to Beerwah, Queensland, and opened the Beerwah Reptile Park in 1970. Steve grew up loving all wildlife, especially reptiles. He caught his first venomous snake, common brown, at the tender age of 6, and would often arrive late to school after convincing his mother to pull over so he could rescue a lizard off the road. By the time he was 9 years old, Steve was helping catch small problem crocodiles at 9 years old, hanging around boat ramps by jumping on them in the water and wrestling them back into the dinghy. He always had an uncanny sixth sense when it came to wildlife, and he spent his life honoring that skill. By 1980, the wildlife park was renamed the Queensland Reptile and Fauna Park. This was Steve's home and the place he loved the most. Here he worked countless hours with his best mate, Wes, caring for the wildlife and maintaining the grounds. As Steve's love for crocodiles grew, he spent months on end living in the most remote areas of far north Queensland, catching problem crocodiles for the Queensland government. He did all this with the company of his little dog, Suey. Steve developed crocodile capture and management techniques that are now utilized with crocodilians around the world. Steve took over managing the park in October of 1991. 2 days later, he met a little girl named Terry, not a little girl, a woman, and Terry became his wife in 1992. Instead of a honeymoon, the couple embarked on a filming wildlife documentary while relocating a problem crocodile in the far north of Queensland. The show was so successful that it turned into a series called The Crocodile Hunter. This TV series became an international hit, which Steve hosted with his wife Terry. Steve and Terry worked tirelessly to improve and expand the wildlife park, renaming it Australia Zoo in 1998, and their vision for the world's best zoo was coming true. Steve's message of conservation through exciting education is achieved every day still within the zoo. Steve treasured every opportunity to share his love for wildlife with his children, Bendy and Robert. He instilled in them the need to treat every living being with kindness. Steve was incredibly proud of his children and often said if he was to be remembered for anything, he hoped it would be for being a good dad. In July of 2006, Steve and Terry set out on a 10-year business plan for their beloved zoo. Tragically, Steve passed away 2 months later. His passionate family continues to strive to achieve all of the goals that Steve hoped to attain. Some other outstanding achievements in Steve's life was in 2018, he received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Another award is that in 2004, he was recognized as the Australian of the Year. So that's an award in Australia. And then, of course, I will never forget going to see this movie in 2002. He was a lead actor in a movie called The Crocodile Hunter Collision Course. And yes, I still have that movie on VHS. Don't ask me what a VHS is because I'll feel incredibly old and some of my wig hair will turn gray. Thank you. All right. And of course, Stella's here to help me. Mr. Keller requested that I end this in an Australian accent. Stella's ears are too big to fit the crocodile costume comfortably, so. Good day, mates! Have a great day!